Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make an automatic wool farm in your Minecraft survival and or creative world. It's super simple, fully automatic with redstone, and there's two ways to make it. You can make one above ground or one below ground. I prefer the above ground one, but I'll be showing you how to make both. Now, here's the materials you're going to need. For just one of these machines, you're going to need 4 grass blocks if you're making it above ground. If you're making it below ground, you don't need the 4 grass blocks. One single chest, one single hopper, one hopper minecart, one rail, one dispenser, one observer, one redstone dust, 7 glass blocks, about 10 regular building blocks, and a couple of shears to put in the machine in order for it to function. Now, once you have all these materials, find a nice flat area to build it in. Place a single chest down on the ground, and then grab a hopper, go around to the back of the chest, and place a hopper feeding into the chest, like so. Once you have the hopper feeding into the back of the chest, what you can do is you can grab your rail and minecart. You're going to take your rail and place it sideways on top of the hopper. Make sure you hold shift so it's easier to place. Grab some building blocks. Use the small hitbox of the rail to place 3 temporary building blocks around it, but above the hopper. Once you have this, you can use your minecart with hopper and place it in. The temporary blocks will keep it in, and make sure you have it going the length of the rail and not facing the other direction so the minecart can't fall out. Now, once you have this, you're done with the collection system. The next thing you can do is grab your 4 grass blocks and some glass. Place 4 glass blocks in a cross-like formation, like so. And if you need to, you can grab an extra piece to place over here, but you are going to be able to use the one from the back when we do the redstone. So if it bothers you, because it definitely bothers me, you can grab an extra piece of grass, place it there. Next, build up and grab your glass blocks and place 3 on either side and 1 on the back. Don't worry, we're going to get rid of one of these, so if you want to save the glass, you can get rid of that block. Now, once you have this, it's time to do the redstone. We're going to grab our dispenser, place a dispenser down but facing towards the grass block in the middle. So you have something that looks like this. This is where the sheep is going to be held. This is the containment center as long as the redstone. Now, if you have the dispenser facing that grass block, you're going to go around to the back of the machine. Like I said, you can remove that one that was originally there, use it for the front, and once that is gone, you're going to take your observer and place it facing into the grass block in the middle so the eye of the observer is facing out away from it with the dispenser on top. Now you can do your redstone where you place a block underneath the observer and run a line up to the dispenser up top, but that's not the most efficient way. So as you can see, you can do something like that using repeaters or whatever you want to do. I personally prefer this method where you take the block and you place it right behind the eye of the observer, head up to the top of the machine and place a redstone block on top of it. Sorry, redstone dust. And once you have the redstone dust up there, and when the observer senses that there's a change in the grass block, it will power that redstone, which powers the dispenser, and that's how the sheep is going to get sheared. Once you have this, you can cover up the other 2 glass blocks with more glass and a wood block or any other block above the dispenser. Now it's as simple as getting a sheep into the machine. I grabbed some from a couple I had in a pen. All you're going to do is use wheat or leads to lower it up. I built the temporary staircase to help get the sheep up into the machine. And once you have him up there, it's just a matter of slowly pushing him in so he falls into the hole. This is very simple. I've gotten very good at it. I've been doing it for a long time, but that's okay. So as you can see, I just hold crouch and I slowly pushed him into the center of the machine, and I did some adjusting on the sides and he fell right in. So simple as that. Now you have your sheep in the machine. What you can do is right click on the dispenser and put in your 2 shears that will shear the sheep. Remember, these will break eventually, so you will have to come and put more. You can put 9. I recommend 2. It'll get you a couple stacks of wool before you need to replace it. After that, you can remove our temporary staircase, and you should be all set. That is the entire machine. So now you can make multiple of these, or just have the one. As you can see, look, the sheep eats the grass, it grows the wool just gets sheared by the dispenser, and then the wool gets collected in our hopper minecart and travels through into the chest. So it's pretty cool how this thing works. Now, I'll show you how to make one that goes underground. So if you don't like the one that looks above ground, you can make one that's slightly underground. So the chest and all the redstone is going to be mostly underground if you're going for more an aesthetically pleasing look in your Minecraft world. I prefer the above one because it gives more area, but that's okay. When you find a good spot, you're going to take the dispenser first, place the dispenser down, and then that's going to be your grass block that you're going to build underneath. So I'm digging down, getting rid of all the blocks underneath except for that one grass block that's right in front of the dispenser. So now I'm going to go down one more, giving myself a little wiggle room because these are just temporary blocks. And I'm going to dig one more down from here to place our collection system. So as you can see, I'm going to place the chest like so, and then dig towards the side because we only need that grass block that's right in front of the piston. We can get rid of all of these for right now. And I'm going to place my hopper facing into the chest just like we did for the first one. It's the same mechanism, you just have to build the dispenser first because it's underground. So once you have that, what we're going to do is we're going to make the hopper minecart thing again. So you're going to place the rail, shift, place it above the hopper, and make sure you place a temporary block on that side if you do decide to get rid of it, and then the hopper minecart on top. And then once you have this, we can fill in the hole we dug because that was just to help us access the spots we need in order to create this farm. Now you should have a hopper leading into a chest, above it a rail and a minecart, above that a block, and then a piston once again going towards the back, digging one underneath the dispenser, and then placing an observer, a block, and a redstone, just like the first one. Super simple. I'm going a little fast in this one because you should have just watched the first one. It's very self-explanatory at this point. And if you want to place a block above that, we're going to do that, and more glass on the sides, and that way the sheep cannot get out and the grass can still grow through the glass blocks. So now all I'm doing here is I'm going to dig down so we can still access the chests. Yep, we can still get to it. Perfect. All right, so now that is the basic farm, and then it's as simple as getting another sheep into the farm. So again, we went back to our sheep pen, grabbed a second sheep, and we brought him all the way back over to the farm. It was a short walk, so no worries there. And then all we're going to do is we're going to build a staircase and help him get up into the farm. He was taking his sweet old time on this one. But yep, using wheat again. And it's a little easier when you don't have to build a staircase because it's just one block. They just have to jump up that one. And once again, we're going to hit shift, go around behind the sheep, and just start nudging him in, slowly pushing him, making sure you're holding the wheat because that way he won't run away. And after a couple attempts, he went right in. See? Simple as that. Now, here's a fun fact. If you do not want a white farm, before you put it into shears, you can put red dye, blue dye, any color dye on the sheep and dye the sheep. That way when they're sheared, it will grow red wool or any other color wool. So I dyed this one red to show you guys. And then when the dispensers go off, it'll collect red wool instead of white wool. So you can make these farms for any color sheep, and it's super simple, or you can do for just regular old sheep. But if you do need a specific color, you can always stop the machine by taking the shears out, dye the sheep, and then continue the farm. So you can have one of these farms for every color of sheep. I prefer the above ground one, but I did show you how to make the below ground one if you want to make it a little nicer. But that is it for today's video. If you like this video, please let me know, and I hope to see this in your survival worlds because I love them in mine. Thank you so much. Take care.